All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hope for the elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short video of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, The Storehouses Will Soon Be Empty. All right. And as you can see on the screen, I have this article here from the U.S. Sun. All right, and it says food crisis looming, meat and egg shortages fear after store reports bare shelves amid the big O cases. I'm not gonna say that word, but let's go ahead and read some of the article. I'm trying to make this quick as possible. Gotta get ready to go out of camp. All right, it says several American supermarkets are reporting incidents of bare shelves as fears grow over the imminent meat and egg uh shortages amid a surge in the big O cases. Food crises have been one of the first to be distributed by the new super strain, disrupted by the new super strand as workers fall ill and production productivity drops. And I can attest to that because the current job that I'm at right now, which I'm not going to have, I don't believe I'm going to have. Well, I'm sure, I know for a fact I'm not going to have that job much longer because they've already started the weekly testing and they got the 3 strike you're out rule, or you got to take the vaccine. So I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have that job much longer. But anyway, yeah, at the job I work in, with poultry or whatever, in the poultry factory or whatever, or production line or what, poultry production or whatever. And there's been a lot of people out, um, either testing positive for the you know what, or they haven't taken the solution to the world health crisis, the jab. All right, so they're being kicked off the line. All right, and that's causing product, like I said, production to drop. They've even had to shut down a couple of lines a few times because it was, they didn't have enough people to run the lines. So that, what does that do? That cuts the supply chain down. All right, if they're not running certain departments, then that product, rather is drumsticks or chicken, not chicken patties, meat patties or whatever kind of meat, um like I said, I work with chicken, so drumsticks or chicken wings or breasts or leg quarters and stuff like that. If they don't have the number of people to run the line, which there hasn't been, they shut down the line. So that product, rather it be wings or whatever, there's a shortage of that product in the store, and that creates more of a disruption in the food chain. All right, because there's either going to be none there, or it's going to be the shortage of it. It'll be a shortage of it, and people go buy it up, and that's going to be it of it for a while until the uh uh the factory can produce more of it or whatever. What you're seeing now, you've been seeing certain Zaquanium and Akim out there going around and recording in the stores of the shortages. All right, and the shelves are bare, man. Like they're straight up bare. And I've been in Walmart a couple of times, and Lord will, if the Lord have it, I want to do that as well. But yeah, the stores are bare, man. The shelves are becoming bare, more bare and bare every day. Like I've been saying in other videos that I've been doing through the Spirit and Poppy out by Shemyal Shah, certain convenience stores that I go to, all right, and them same shelves have been empty for months. Them exact same shelves, man. So, this is real, man. This is real. This isn't a game. This isn't funny. This isn't a joke. All right. They're destroying the supply chain, food supply chain, to choke people out. All right. And this is prophecy, man. And this through the Spirit and Poppy out by Shemyal Shah, the Lord will put the Spirit on the elders and apostles of great millstones to teach that, man. All right. The effect of the Big O has already seen a shortfall of labor, including farms, manufacturers, and distributors, according to the Los Angeles Times. Right, if they ain't got workers to get to work on these lines. All right, then that's going to be a shortage of the food. Because, like I said, at my job, they've had to shut certain lines, certain departments down because they didn't have enough people to run it, and they had to put them in other departments so they could keep that other department running. I guess whichever line they make the most money off of, that's where they're gonna put the people. All right, yeah, man, shit is bad, man. And it's only gonna get worse. All right, it says schools and daycare centers are also feeling the ramifications with fuel prices set to rise as more Americans are keep working at home. Right, the gas prices are going up. They'll come down for like 3 days and then they'll go right back up for like 2 weeks. Because at one point they were like, it was like 280 down here, but now it's like back up to 305. All right. So yeah, man, this is it, man. All right. And again, things are only going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. All right. And that's all really I want to. Let me read a little bit of this. It says, only last month, President Biden delivered a progress report on the fight against the you know what pandemic as the new and highly contagious Slovakia variant began to spread around the country. The United States continues to see a uptick in the you know what cases. Biden, according to the addition of 1,000 Slovakia of 1,000 you know what test testing sites, tops of the 80 already up and running. The new site will be established in regions hardest hit by the last wave, with the Defense Production Act used to manufacture more. That's pretty much. This is just talking about the test. But okay, let me read this part right here. It says during 2002, the major outbreaks at plants led to shortages and spikes and temporary shutdowns of businesses. Right, when these companies they don't have enough people to run the lines, all right, or they're you know, like the article said, if they got a shortage of people, all right, or whatever, and they shut down certain lines because don't have enough people to run those lines, all right, they got to put them on another line, all right. Again, just going back to my job, they got to put them on another line so they can keep that up. Then you're gonna see, like this article said, you're gonna see spikes in prices, and you're gonna see less of a shortage, all right. Because again, if they're not running that wing line or that drumstick line, all right, that day, then that means ain't no wings or drumsticks going to the store. All right, so that obviously that creates a shortage, and that's what's happening. And then more of these plants are going to shut down. There's been some plants that have been shut down due to the big people being falling ill. All right, due to the world health crisis. So this is serious, man. It's going to turn up more and more and more, man. That's why through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, Elder Tahar has deemed this the year to turn up. All right. During 2002, major outbreaks at plants led to shortages, spikes, and temporary shutdowns of businesses, and there's going to be more this year. And again, some has already have. Some plants have already shut down temporarily. All right, for a day or two because they didn't have the too many people fell ill. And although the situation is considerably less severe than 2 years ago, meat companies have again seen the number of hogs and cattle slaughtered decline by as much as 6% in the last past week, according to U.S. Departments of Agriculture figures. The paper also adds that the plants are finding it difficult to obtain food inspectors to come to work to observe right because you need the USDA in there because if the USDA ain't in there, then they can't run no lines. All right, to oversee the processing of the animals, which is illegally required, right? So, if the USDA inspectors don't show up, they can't run the lines. Cause somebody has to be in there to check the food, um, which they don't, But that's a whole another story. But the chair of the National Joint Council of Food Inspector, local said that Delta, I didn't mean to say that, but whatever, didn't have a whole lot of an impact on the workforce, but the big O is nailing us. Right, so this big O, man, is doing some damage. Meanwhile, farmers are also facing the repercussions of the big O, with one of the biggest U.S. Producers of free-range eggs reporting staffing issues. That's all I'm pretty much reading. Because again, I gotta get ready to go to camp. But brothers, want to check this out? This article's in the U.S. Sun. It's a pretty good read. But yeah, man, these companies are shutting down. And all this is prophecy, man. All this is prophecy. Matter of fact, let's get because labor shortages and all that, and famines, a lack of bread and water, lack of food getting into the stores, all that is biblical prophecy, man. All right, all that is biblical. All this is going on is biblical prophecy, and it's going to get worse. All right, the winter ain't over yet. They deem this a dark winter, and winter ain't nowhere near over yet. We still got a whole another month, man. February is when it gets really rough. The winter times. All right. The Lord will, the Lord speeds it up more, which He is. It's been deemed the year to turn up. By the end of this month, shit could get real ugly. All right, this is Rock chapter. It's like Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. And that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, right? The grinders cease because they are few, right? Because a lot of workers are falling ill, all right? So that brings in few workers, and that brings production down because there's less workers in there to work. And those that look out the window be darkened, and the doors should be shut in the streets, right? Because the businesses are closing down, rather it be for 1 or 2 days, and a lot of them are going to close permanently, all right? When the sound of the grinding is low, right? The sound of the grinding is low, like I mentioned in the job I work at, they've had to shut some production lines down because they didn't have enough people to run the lines, and they had to put them on other lines to fulfill the other spots. All right, so this is serious, man. You know, this is deadly serious, man. And the Lord speaks about a famine, man, a famine coming to the land, man, of America and throughout the four corners of the globe. And he shall rise up against the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of music should be brought low. So let me get a second Ezra 6. So the second Ezra chapter 6 verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, like Walmart, like Target, like Adi's food line, all the other stores, the full storehouses that sell food and stuff, they're gonna be found empty soon. And this is what you're seeing right here. This is it right here. You're looking at it dead in the face right here. This is biblical prophecy jumping off of the page, man. Food crisis looming, meat and egg shortages fear after stores report bare shelves amid the big old cases. So it's slap dead in your face, man. And it's only going to turn up more and more and more, man. All right. So with that, again, I got to get ready to head out to scram. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. The third of all, I want to give peace and safety to the brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Get it to stop. It's like it, brothers.